Hello, everybody. I am Jamario Walker, and this is another episode of Trading Insights. Today, we'll be talking about one of my favorite reversal patterns, basically just the bottom and tail bar. Show you how to look for these patterns, how to utilize them to your advantage, and just how easy trading can be when you utilize these guys and add it to your toolbox. So let's begin. So, reversal patterns are one of the key things you want to try to look for when you're trading. They're very basic but very useful trading patterns and indicators that you can use. Like, for instance, this is one here. This is today's action in AMD. We had a reversal pattern here. You could call this a reversal here. This little part here can be called a reversal. This is a reversal, and there's one here, and possibly one here. So what you're looking for are these reversal points. If you're looking for a downward move and you're looking for the bottom of that downward move, you're looking for this price action to come down here and it to bounce off of a range. As you can see that this price action bounced off this range here at about the 82.99, $83 range here. Um, it fell below that price at one point, but it bounced back up, fell below it again, and bounced back up on the 2-minute chart. And from those two bounce ups, you can see the price action push the price up to a peak of about 83.36. So that price action off this reversal picked us up from a low of 82.66 all the way to an 83.36. Now this was intraday move. We closed at here for that bar 83.20, but at the highest point we were at 37. So that price action swung us from here to there based off the closing price of this reversal point here. So let's go to the next one. After this move up, we had a little slight move down. So we went from a high of 83.37 down to a low point of 82.96. But once again, we've got a reversal bar, which means there's a high probability of that trend reversing and going back in the opposite direction, which is what happened. This reversal bar is bigger than pretty much any of these other green bars that precedes it, meaning it has more force, more power behind it, more buyers, more sellers behind it. Sorry, not buyers, but more sellers behind it. And it pushed that price up from that bottom point. So our lowest point now is it's the 83.10. So we're looking to bounce above 83.10 for this next trend, which is what happened. We go from a low of 82.97 to a high of, oh man, my pen's in the way. Let me move this. So from a low of 82.97 to a high of 83.50. And that's our next trend. Each one of these points, open the pen back up. Each one of these moves can be thought of as a trend. Small trend, big trend. Each one of those movements can be thought of as a trend. And even these small movements to the downside, those small moves are trends also. They're negative, but they're still a trend. Okay, so I probably should have changed the color of that. Let's do a red for the downtrends. We'll do green for the ups. Sorry about that. So let me take these off. I apologize, guys. I just downloaded the Epic Pen, and this is my first time using it, so it's going to be a little bit. So I want to use green, maybe. Okay, and all right. So that's an uptrend, 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 small uptrend, 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 and let's do red for our downtrends. Small, 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 big, big. All right. So looking at that, if you can, I know the reds and greens are pretty much the same thing, but looking at that, you can see these bottoms here, bottom, 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 and bottom. So while you're trading, if you're able to see these reversal points in real time as you're trading and put on the appropriate trade to profit off that movement, you can become a profitable, consistently profitable trader just by reading, the price action, looking for reversal points, you know, looking for, points where there's a weakening uptrend or a weakening downtrend. When you see a trend, you want to look for a reversal or a continuation of that trend. So let me remove all my markings. So we see the down movement and we see the bottoming action here. So we can look for a reversal off this downward movement, which means a move to the upside. We don't know how much it's going to be, but we know there will be, a 90% chance of a reversal of this continuation to the downside. We get that reversal, and now we look for another reversal or continuation on that uptrend. So at about 46, we get this topping tail bar here, and immediately following that tail bar is an inside red bar. So we're here. So after this up move, we had an inside red bar, which tells us that this could possibly be a reversal point, and there may be a continuation trend. A reversal trend from this continuing up move, which could bring us down. Now, while reading the price action of this play in real time, you're able to see the amount of buying versus selling during this period here, this sideways movement. That's also a good point where you can lean on your indicators. The 20 period moving average is kind of flat. The 200 is flat. So that tells us that momentum isn't going to push the stock up or down that much right now. Also, we've got a fairly flat MACD also here. We're underwater, but not by much, and we're coming to an upper water state. So that little bit of buying pressure could push us up. So we've got a couple of things in our favor. And we've got two major things not in our favor, the flat 20 at 200. And that's, reflected in the price action. We get a little chop movement for this little inside range here. A little bit of sideways movement in this area. And then we take a move to the upside. We break out of this range. This here's our bottoming tail bar. The inside bar is green, and it's about to bust out of this range here. When that green busts out of the range of this red bar, that is a buy opportunity. That's your entry point. And you go in here on this bar. This bar broke out of that range, and you take advantage of that up move until you get a continuation pattern or you get a reversal pattern. That's how you maximize your trades and your wins and your losses. So this can be seen as a reversal point. We took a down move down, a slight move down, and we got this 20 period moving average here as a sort of support zone for us. This is a great situation to be in a trade. Say if you got in this trade at this bottom or this bottom here, seeing the possibility of you bouncing off of that 20 is a very, very good look for a trade, which we did twice. We bounced off here, bounced off again here, slight bounce there. So getting into this trade off this major reversal off the open is a very, very good trade setup. And we found that trade setup all by reading this price action, recognizing the bottom here, and putting on a trade so that we could profit off that trend change all the way here, all the way up to the top. So let's just keep going. So after this little slight down move, we bounce off the 20. We bounce off that, look for that reversal move. We get the move. And now since we got that move, this 4 minutes here, what we're looking for is a continuation of that move or a reverse off that move. We get this green bar with a topping tail, and then immediately we get a inside bar, which tells us that this trend is going to reverse. We don't know for how long, but we do know that the trend is reversing. And there's a strong possibility that it'll reverse and bounce off the 20, which it did. So after that bounce off the 20, we're still in the trade. What we're looking for now is a continuation of that uptrend or a reversal off that uptrend. That's all you're looking for whenever you put on a trade. A continuation of the trend you're looking for or a reversal from that trend you're looking for. This is a continuation off the trend we saw here, off the reversal off the open. This entire move here is a continuation off of that reversal move here. All of that there. Once you get into a trade off of that reversal point, you're looking for a continuation or a reversal. That's what you're looking for. And as far as your stops are concerned, you're setting your stops accordingly. For me, my stop is, I have my stop set. If I'm losing from 12 to 15% on a trade, I'm getting out of that trade. You don't want to stick in a trade past 15% because there's 90% chance that you're not going to recoup that loss that you've already accumulated. So my plan is once I get in that 12 to 15% range, I'm cutting that trade. I don't want to lose 15% of my money on any trade. You know, I make that vow to myself not to let that happen again. I've done it in the past. You know, that's how you learn, by making those mistakes and then learning from them and not doing it again. So if you're going in the trade here, none of these moves down to the downside are going to take you beyond that 15% range. But as far as taking your profits, you want to set target ranges. Like for me, the first range I would set would be this taking out this bar here. So let's go ahead and erase what we have here. I would set a profit range, yeah, around that. I want to take out this initial first bar. Once you get a takeout of that first bar range, that'll tell you the movement of that stock for the day, 9 times out of 10. If you get a breakout on the upside of this initial bar, 9 times out of 10, that stock, that asset is going to continue to rise throughout most of that day. If you get a breakout to the negative side and follow through, 9 times out of 10, that stock is going to lean to the negative side for most of the day. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how that played out for the rest of the day. Let's erase this because right now it is 12:44, almost 1 o'clock. Sorry. We're going to go back to our cursor. And yeah, that held weight. We'll go ahead and draw it out. So this is our starting bar. We briefly touched to the upside to break out to the upside of that, but we couldn't hold it, and we broke out to the downside. Sorry. I closed my initial trade today in this point. What I could have did after that was play it to the downside, but I didn't. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys did. That's a very nice move. Won't let that slide the next time. So let's what I want to do now is I want to go back to yesterday's price action. Let's go to yesterday and see how. Okay. So yesterday, this is our first bar of the day. And the same thing applies here. Let's take our pen, make it smaller this time. Same thing applies here. Break out to the upside and we maintain that is, bullish for today. We fought after our little drop yesterday, fought back up, and we were able to overtake the range momentarily, which means this would have been your profit point for today. You start taking profits here. You look for a continuation of that pattern or a reversal. And this wasn't a continuation. It was, you can see these topping tail bars, which means that price or sellers were selling up in this area, which was causing the price to come down. There's more sellers up here than buyers. And that puts the price down below our opening bar of the day. And we just kept going down. Ugly day for AMD. So let's go back one more day. Oh, sorry. This will be our last one. Let's see. Let's go back to the 14th, which is another clear one. Let's go. Okay. So this is our first bar of the day, and we immediately break out to the downside on that bar. And the rest is history. So that's our line right there. We never got up to that point at all. We never got to, I can't move my pen. We never got to 85.31. So yeah, guys, utilizing that first bar as your range for the day to tell you, the temperature of the market or of your asset for that day is a very, very useful tool. It's one of the main tools that I utilize daily. And I advise you guys to utilize it also. Take a look at that initial opening bar of the day. See and just see when price action breaks out of the range of that opening bar. Those are going to no doubt be important points to to be mindful of and to utilize in your trading. And that was a beautiful setup today. You can see that clearly. We tested our high of the day of that inside range, of that range, opening range, failed that breakout, and immediately fell to the downside. Tried to bounce off the 200 here, and we failed that, and we sold off. So yeah, guys, that is the episode for today of the Trading Insights. Just want to give you guys a deeper understanding of some of the things I see when I trade, some of the thoughts that I'm having post trade. Just want to help you guys in your trading. Each one teach one, and we shall grow together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.